Alright, right now I'm going to be reviewing my 2021 YT Capra base model, and I'm going to do my best to give you an unbiased review on it, but I do love this bike a lot, so it might be a little bit biased. I think you should get this bike if you're looking to get an enduro bike for a lot of reasons, but we'll start from the front and make our way back. Starting off with the tires, there's not too much specialness to them. They're just normal tires, but they have lasted 4 months and I haven't had to replace them, and I ride this bike every day. So they're very thick and knobby, good for your downhill riding. You're not gonna slip out or anything. Good stuff. The rotors are just normal rotors. There's nothing crazy to them. They work fine. The brakes are kind of sucky, to be honest. I would upgrade them if you could, if you have enough money, but it is the base model, so we're not getting the highest end components or whatever. Moving on to the fork, this thing is absolutely wonderful. Super thick, 180 millimeters of travel, RockShox air fork. Really soft. Going over the jumps and stuff, you don't even feel the landing, and like hitting all those tiny rocks, you don't even feel them at all. Hitting the big rocks, not scary one bit. It's super great. I've had no problems with it. I really like it. Coming from stump jumper with like 150 millimeters of travel, this fork is way better. Moving on to the bars, not quite sure how long they are. I'm pretty sure they're 32 inches, but they're really wide, really stable for your downhill enduro riding. Not too much to them, but it does have a dropper post, which most bikes from YT do, just because it's a higher end bike brand, which I enjoy, because you still want to be able to climb sometimes on this bike, even though it's mainly for downhill. Moving on to the frame, this is the aluminum frame because it's the base model, so it's not carbon, which is all right. I'm pretty sure my bike comes in at 36 pounds, which for an enduro bike, that's not too heavy, but it's a little bit on the heavy side. You can notice when riding it that the back feels quite a bit heavier. That's mostly because I added this Fox Float version 2. Normally the base model comes with the RockShox Deluxe, which it compares to the Fox Float because they both have 180 millimeters of travel. But the good thing about the RockShox is that it can lock out, so you can still ride cross country with like your buddies and whatever, and it won't be that hard of a climb. The reason I chose this one is because it's just better for downhill riding, which is what I'm mainly doing on this bike. Moving on to the pedals, out of the box, the bike doesn't come with pedals, so you have to buy your own. These are the Stamp V2s. Doesn't really matter what pedals you get, that's kind of personal preference. Moving on to the shifting and stuff, I'm not going to talk about all the numbers because I don't think you guys really care about that, and to be honest, I don't really know about all that stuff, but it shifts fine, shifts buttery smooth. As long as you lube it and stuff and like take care of it, it'll be fine. That kind of goes for most bikes. Rear rotor works fine, just kind of like the front one. Normal brake, nothing too special about it. But overall, this has been the favorite bike I've ever owned. I've owned 4 now, I think. I definitely would recommend getting this bike if you're not wanting to spend too much money, because it comes in at like $3,000, which isn't too bad for an enduro bike, especially from a brand like YT, which in my opinion is like a higher end brand. So if you're not wanting to spend too much, I would look at the Capra base model. If you want to spend a little bit more, you can get the Pro AL model, which comes with the comes with the Fox Float, or you can just go and buy that on your own for like $500, which is what I would recommend doing. But overall, great bike. I think you guys should get it. It's super awesome. I'll have more videos of me riding it and stuff later, but for now I just wanted to show you my whip. Her name's Gloria. She got a Peppa Pig sticker on her, and she's pretty cool.